And we are live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Once you get on here, please share to be a blessing to others for us. You are welcome as I do same on here. You are very, very welcome. It is Saturday and we are live again. And we are grateful to you all. We are grateful to God for always supporting us in our day-to-day activities. You are very, very welcome. And so when you get on here, please share to be a blessing to others for us. Share to be a blessing for us. Share to be a blessing for us as I do same on our other platforms. Do same for us. Share to be a blessing for us. Share to be a blessing for us. We are grateful for you to be with us today. We thank you for joining us, and we are going to start in a minute. So once you get on here, please share to be a blessing to others for us as we do same on here. But how has your week been? How has your week been? How have you all been? How have you all been? How has your week been? How has your week been? Pardon me, as I share to our platforms on here. When you get on here, please share to be a blessing for us. Thank you so much for joining. Share to be a blessing for us as we do same on here. As we do same on here, be a blessing and share for us. Let somebody be blessed. Let somebody benefit from this as well. But you are welcome. It is another beautiful Saturday, and we are grateful for you to be part of us today. We are going to talk about teamwork. We will talk about teamwork. Most of the times we start and then we stop somewhere. Most of the times we think that, it is okay to do things by yourself. It is okay to do things alone. But sometimes it is also good to be a team player. All right. It is also good to be a team player. It is also good to play along. It is also good to work in a team. All right. And put your input in there. It is so much good to not to go solo sometimes. Right. So as we will start in a minute, as we share to our platforms, please do same for others, for us. And let's have this conversation. All right. When somebody talk of teamwork, what comes into your mind? When somebody says teamwork, what comes into your mind? All right. So let's have this conversation today. But please be a blessing and invite somebody for us. Be a blessing and let someone know that we are live. We would start in few. We'll start in few as I share on here on our other platforms. We will start in few. So share to be a blessing for us. Share for someone to be blessed. Share for somebody to be on here so we can have the conversation. Thank you all so much for joining. If you don't know what this is, those are Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. And we come your way every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, 11 a.m. GMT time. So please join us today. Let's have this conversation. How has your week been? Mine has been good. How has your week been? How was the week? How was the week? Were you able to meet your target? Let us know in the comment section below. And let us have this conversation. Let us keep this conversation going. But how have you been? How have you been? It's been great on my end. It's been awesome on my end, and I cannot thank him enough. So teamwork, when we talk of teamwork, what comes to mind? When we talk of teamwork, what exactly do you think of? What comes to mind when somebody says, hey, we are a team? Hey, let us do this as a team. What comes to mind? What comes to mind when somebody tells you that We need to work as a team. We need to be together. We need to do things as a team. What comes to mind? What comes to mind? What is the first thing that comes to your mind when someone says we need to work as a team? All right, so I wrote here, I said team. Together, everyone achieve more. Together, we can do more. Together, we can go far. Together, we can achieve the unimaginable. Together, we can do things that we thought we couldn't. Together, we can move mountains. Together, we can go places. Together we can do everything that we want to do. Yes, don't get me wrong, by yourself you can do things too, right? But when we work together, we can achieve more. When we work together, we can achieve the things that we need to achieve in no time. When we work together, we can get that result that we've been struggling all this while to get. When we work together, we achieve more. Together, we can achieve more. Together, we can do more together. Together, we can get so much done in a shorter time, in less amount of time, compared to if you were to do that thing on your own. If you were not to involve your partner, if you were not to involve your sister, your family member, the time it will take you to get to where you need to get to will be more. So teamwork, together we can achieve more, right? Together we can do so much. One second, guys, let me share on here. So together we can do so much more than we think of. As a teamwork means never having to take all blame, nor all the work by yourself. Teamwork means never having to say, hey, I'm doing this all by myself. I have a partner, right? I have co-workers, right? I have colleagues, right? But I'm doing this all by myself. That is not teamwork. So when we talk of teamwork, it means you not taking all the blame by yourself. You're not taking all the work by yourself, all the load by yourself, but you being able to share, you being able to go to where you need to go to, you being able to understand that I need to work with this person, I need to work together with that person. And even if I have differences with them, even if they are not my friends, even if they're not in a good place that we are supposed to be, I am going to work with them for the benefit of the work, for the benefit of the product that we need to achieve, for the benefit of the things that where we need to go from here, right? So you got to put your differences aside and still work with them. Yes, I might not be cool with you. Yes, I might not have anything to say with you. But when it comes to work, when it comes to teamwork, when it comes to rebuilding so we can get to where we need to get to, then I have to put my differences aside and work with you. So teamwork, we get much achieved when we work together. We get so much achieved when we work together. We get so much done when we work together. When we're not just thinking of our own selfish understanding or thinking of our own selfish desires, but then working to the benefit of everybody. Thanks for joining, Juliet. And happy birthday to you, hon. So we achieve more. I said together we achieve more. Together we can do better. Together we can go places. Together we can get things done in less amount of time. Together we can do more. Oh, I can do all this by myself if they don't want to do. Yes, sometimes it's true. But sometimes too, you need those people to work with. You need those people to get to what needs to be done. You need those people, even if we're not cool, we need to work together. Even if we're not cool, even if we having differences, we need to work together. So let's take relationship for example, right? Even if I have issues with my partner, even if you have issues with your partner, even if your partner has done something that is making you kind of not want to work, not talk or do anything with them, as long as the family is involved, as long as you two need to get to and understanding, get to a place where you can work cordially, right? For the benefit of the family. Together we achieve more. Together we can do a lot. Together we can go places. Together we can expand, right? So that is what we have to think about when it comes to teamwork. We have to think about that. So it is not so that you are taking all the blame on you or you are taking all the work on you. It is so for us all to work together, us all to be in the same space, us all to say that this is what we need to get done. This is where we need to get to. And this is how we're going to do it, right? I said teamwork leads to success. And it's better to have a great team in everything than have just a team. Having a team is not just so that you have people in place. It's not just so that you have people that say that, hey, I'm part of this. But having a team is having people that will go the extra mile, that will hold your hand when things are not panning out, that will say that, hey, we might not get along. Hey, we might not do things the way you wanted. Hey, we might not bring ideas as you want us to bring it, but we are going to work as a team to the benefit of that project, to the benefit of what we need to get to where we need to get to. Together, everyone achieve more. Together we go places. Together we do more. Together we achieve more than we can ever expect. Together we can do more than we ever expect. So it is not so we taking the blame. It is not so we taking all the work on ourselves, but it is so that we work to the achievement of whatever the project is. It's okay if we don't get along. It's okay if things are not smooth, if we are on a rocky road. As far as that work is concerned, as far as that assignment is concerned, we are going to work together. As far as that work is concerned. So together, everyone achieve more. Team. Together, everyone achieve more. I salute you to my brother Kwame testimony. Together. So I said TEAM. Together, everyone achieve more. Together, we can go places. Together, we can do the unimaginable. Together, everything that we put our mind to, we can do it. Together, yes, we might not be of good terms. Yes, we might not get along, but together we can work. Being a team player means leaving everything that you have with that person, leaving every animosity you have with that person, and still work with that person. Teamwork. So it could be your relationship, it could be your family, it could be your co-worker, it could be anybody that you come across with. Putting your differences aside to work with that person for the common goal is what we're talking about here. Sometimes we say to ourselves that, oh, this person has done this and I'll never forgive that person. Meanwhile, we need to work with that person. Meanwhile, we need to share the same space with that person in order to get what we need to get. Let's take our partners, for example. Are we going to say that, oh, my partner did this to me, he did that to me, she did that to me, so whatever I am, because we have to work together. I cannot work together with him because he's, or with her because he has done this. I cannot work together with her because she did this to me. Meanwhile, there are children. Meanwhile, there are family members that support you. There are family members that need to get something from you all as you work together. But because of that issue, or because of the issues that you having with that person, you say to yourself, oh, I'm not going to work with this person, I cannot, or that. You are not doing yourself any favor. Together, everyone achieve more. You are not doing yourself any favor. Yes, I might have issues with that person. Yes, I might not like that person, but I still need to work with that person. Why? Because we are working for the common goal. We are working for one great goal. That is what we are working for. One great goal. So it is not so that I take all the blame. It is not so that I take all the work, but it is so that whatever needs to be done, get done. It is so that whatever needs to be done, get done. So yes, let's have issues aside after we've gotten to what we need to achieve. We can do that. Right? Let's continue with our beef after we've done with the work that we need to do. Why? Because that project is way much important than the little issue that we have. That project, that baby, that family member is way much important than the little things that we are fighting about. I said, remember that a group becomes a team when each member is sure enough of him or herself and does what he or she is supposed to do. Remember that we can't just say, I have a team, and that's it. We can only have a team when that person next to you is sure of himself, when that person next to that person is sure of himself, when that person next to that person is sure of himself, when that person right in front of you is sure of himself or herself that, hey, he's going to do his part. He's going to do what he's supposed to do. My brother with the road, teamwork is the collaboration effort of a group to achieve a common goal or to complete a task in the most effective and efficient way. Bam. He said it. He said it. He said it. So if I am sure of myself that, hey, I am going to bring 100%, I am going to bring 1,001%. And if that person next to me is also sure of him or herself that they are going to do same, we achieve more. Why? Because we don't have to waste time. We don't have to stop to pull up somebody, to carry somebody along, because everybody is putting in what they need to put in. Thanks for joining, Richmond. Everybody is putting in what they need to put in. So it is not so that I just get to work by myself. It is not so that I get to stay away from that person. Yes, the scenario or the atmosphere might be unconducive or might be tense because you have issues with that person or because you have unfinished business with that person. But as long as that work matters, as long as we need to get to that project, put your differences aside and get done. Put your differences aside and get to work. Put what needs to be put aside and get to what needs to be done. I said, do your part every single day without looking at what the other person is doing, without thinking that, oh, I'm doing all the work and that person is not. I'm doing this and that person is not doing nothing. Teamworks need collaboration, as my brother said. Together we achieve more. Together we can go places. Together we can build the things that we can't even imagine. I said the effort you put into this will determine the output or the outcome you get. The inputs or whatever effort you put into that work, you put into that assignment, you put into that work will determine what you're getting. So if you are looking at what the next person is doing, if you are looking at, oh, I am not cool with this person, and so I'm not doing, or I'm not going to do what I need to do, then that person will also do same. Then guess what? Work ain't going to be done. But together we can achieve more. It doesn't matter what we have. It doesn't matter how we have to do it. We got to work together. So that relationship that you think that, oh, is gotten to that sour part, that you cannot even work with that person. You cannot even work with your partner. You cannot work with your spouse. You cannot work with your children because there is so much tension or there is so much animosity between you all. There is always something that needs to bring you all together. There is always that one project, that one thing, that thing that we all got to do together. At some point, yes, we might be fighting. Yes, we might be struggling. But that one thing that we need to do that everybody need to chip in is what we're talking about here, teamwork. Let me do my part and let you do your part so that we can achieve that common goal, so that we can get to where we need to get to. Teamwork. Together we can achieve more. I said this allow us to trust and believe in what everyone is doing or what everything is being involved in. It builds trust. It builds trust. Let's work together. If you are angry with me, let's put that aside and let's work together. If you are upset with me, let's put that aside and work together. Because what? It builds that trust that regardless of what we are going through, regardless of our differences, regardless of whatever we are doing or however we are doing, I can still trust that when it comes to you doing your part, you will do it. One second. My brother wrote, 1 second. Let's post this here. My brother Kwame Testimony wrote, but also trust issues set in when there's teamwork, which breaks the aim of the group. It's true. That is why I said sometimes all you got to do is, I don't want to use accept, but play along in order to get that thing done. That's why I said earlier on, I might not be cool with you. I might not be besties with you. I might not be friends with you. I might not like you. I might not like, sometimes people just upset you, right? I might not like you. Why? But that is different. I might have my own reason why I don't like you. I might have my own reason why you upset me. I might have my own reason why I don't want to be involved with you, right? But when there is a common goal, I should be able to put that differences aside, especially when it involves, not everything involves life and death, right? But when it involves our well-being, when it involves our growth, when it involves our expansion, when it involves everything that has to do with us, our family, and everything around us, then I should be, yes, I might not have trust for you, but I should be able to put that aside and say that I am going to work, and I will still have that mindset, right, at the back of my head that, hey, I don't trust this person. So what am I going to do? I am going to go in with a mindset mentality that I am going to work as if I'm working by myself. Work as if I'm the only variable in that group. Work as if that this thing depends on me. Its life depends on me, right? And so if I don't do, if I don't put in much, this work will not done. Sometimes that is how you have to go into certain situation. If there is so much trust issues, that's how you got to go into that situation. That doesn't mean that don't do what you're supposed to do, but I am going to go and I don't trust you, all right? I don't trust you to even be around me, all right? And so I am going to go in as if I'm the only person who needs to work on that project, as if I'm the only person who needs to understand that what I have to do needs to be done in order for us to get to where we need to get to. Richmond wrote, Amos 3:3, can two walk together except they agree? Right? So we can, there is always a saying, we can disagree to agree. Yes? So I can disagree with you on certain things. I can disagree with you on some things that I've done or some things that we worked on. I can disagree with you. That doesn't mean that I cannot work with you. My brother Kwame Testimony, do you get it? So I can disagree with you, but that doesn't mean I cannot work with you. How am I going to work with you? As I said, I'm going to work with you as if I'm the only variable in that situation. As if everything depends on me. As if I don't put in 110, that thing will not work. So you are doing your part all right. Right? You are doing what you are supposed to do all right. That person is doing their part all right. But work as if you are working on your own. Oh, do we need to collaborate on certain things? Let's collaborate. Do we need to talk through? Let's do that. But I will still have that mentality as if though I'm working all by myself. Yet we are working together. Yet we are in the same spot and we working together. Yet we are in the same spot and we have to share ideas. I am going to, like, we can do that without being the other way about it, without being upset about it, without being walking around Humpty Dumpty about it, right? We can work together. That doesn't mean that you don't know what you're doing. That doesn't mean that. It means that, one, you are too matured enough to be able to work with somebody that you don't agree with, to be able to work with somebody that you might have issues with, right? And still get the work done. So you can do that. Yes, I have trust issues with you. Yes, I don't trust you. Yes, you've broken this many times, but yet I am going to work with you for the benefit of the good. Do I make sense? My brother Kwame testimony for the benefit of the good. For the benefit of the good. That is what we need to look at. Let me turn notifications off. That is what we need to look at for the benefit of the good. Excuse me. And I wrote here, I said, pull up every single day. Do what you need to do, regardless of what, regardless of how, regardless of what you're going through. Pull up and do what you need to do. So that circles back to, yes, I don't trust you, but I am going to pull up. I am going to show up. I am going, come rain or shine, I am going to be there. And I am going to work so that the team can move forward, so that the team can go to where they need to get to. So it builds trust, right? I said, ask yourself, how do people see me when it comes to what I put forth and the quality it has? Can I say that again? Ask yourself, how do people see me in terms of my input, in terms of what I bring to the table, in terms of how I do things, in terms of me being able to understand that we might not get along, we might not be friends, but I can still put in quality work. I can still put in much for the success of that project, for the success of that relationship, for the success of that home, for the success of that family. How are people seeing your input? How quality it is? Or you just put in things anyhow. You just put in anything because, oh, you are told to. So I'm just gonna put in anything that I get or anything that comes to mind. No. We will put in quality work. Let everything we put in as a team be quality. Let everything we put in as a team be that much important variable that when that variable is not there, that foundation shakes. Be that person that when you are not there, people will say, oh, if Richmond was to be here, if Richmond was to be doing this, if Kwame Testimony was to be doing this, oh, this would have been done, or this result have been gotten. Are you putting in quality work? Or people are saying, oh, I'm so glad he's not here today. I'm so glad he wasn't able to make it today. I'm so glad this, and that. Because even when he comes or when she comes, she's not going to do what she's supposed to do. Put in quality work that when you are not there, people will mention your name and say, oh, I wish he was here. I wish he did this. Let people remember you for the quality work that you do, for the quality things that you put in, for the great things that you put into that project. Let you be remembered for that. Let you be remembered for that. So ask yourself, how quality is my work? How quality is the help I'm putting in? How quality are the variables that I'm bringing to the table? How quality are they? But sometimes it brings envy. It's true, my brother called me testimony. But who are they envying? You, right? That means that, listen, let's deviate a little bit. Anybody that envy you, right, doesn't envy you for a bad reason. Do you know why? They envy you because they wish they were like you. Because you are doing so much good that they wish they can be you. You are doing so much good that they wish everybody will be singing their names or will be singing their praise and not yours. They say you are too known. Let them say it because they cannot do the same thing that you are doing. They cannot put in half of the work you are doing. I say to my colleagues and my friends that anybody that have time to sit there and say, "Oh, this person is too known. This person is that," check them out. Check their work. Check how they are doing personally. They either not content with what they have. They either going through stuff or they just being messy me. That's what I call them. Because anybody that has something better to do, that has something good to do with their time, wouldn't sit there and envy somebody because they are praising that person for what they did. So if that person, excuse me, is envying you, all you got to do is go in and do your best. Put in that quality work that is making people talk about you. That is where you even do more. You even put in more quality work. You even put in more good work. You even put in greater works, right? And let them sit there and wail. Because if they cannot look at you, what you are doing, and how you are doing it and learn from it, and can only envy and say you are too known, then let them do it. They don't have anything to do with their time. He says, due to that, I choose to become reluctant than letting people to envy me. My brother, you are selling yourself short. Yes, sometimes we think that it is good to stay back and not do things. But then again, we'll be sitting there and boiling inside. Why? Because we see that that thing being done is not being done the right way. And because nobody has said, hey, Kwame Testimony, I know you can do this, or please take over this, you also reluctant because you don't want people to envy you. But sometimes you can see for a fact that they are struggling. What is being done, there is so much struggle. There is so much incomplete things in it. You step in. Let them say you are too known. Deep down within you, you know you're not. Deep down within you, you know for a fact that what I was doing was helping to make sure that situation is better. What I am doing is helping to make sure that that project that is stuck moves from that side. So never feel reluctant because people will think that you're too known. It's their own cup of tea. That's what I say to them. It's their own cup of tea. You do you. You put in that quality work. You be a team player. You come in, pull up and work. Put in that quality time. Put in that good resource. Let that project stand. Let that foundation stand based on you. And if they're not, listen, what we also forget is that though they're saying we are too known, they always sure go back to say, oh, but he was able to do this. So he's too known. But if it wasn't for him, Check. You sit down and think that all the situations that people have said, oh, he thinks he knows Zama, he thinks blah blah blah. They always go back and say, oh, but if it wasn't for him too, we wouldn't have been able to do what we were supposed to do. Oh, um, oh yeah, that person is way too no. He thinks he know. But if it wasn't for him, that situation might have gone. Check it out. You realize that yes, they might be talking that you tune on. Yes, they might be envying you, but they always have some positivity in that. If you sit down and you think about it, you always realize that they go back to say the positive side of it too. They might be saying the wrong thing, but they always go back to say the positive ones as well. So you do you. Don't feel reluctant of having to do what needs to be done. Because my slogan I always work with is that I love what, there you go. There you go. So let that motivate you, let that push you, other than letting what they are saying push you instead. What they are doing or how they feel about you push you instead. Teamwork. Together we can achieve more. I don't care if I have issues with you. I don't care if I don't like you. We are going to work for the benefit of that project. We are going to work for the benefit of our relationship. We are going to work for the benefit of our family. Together we can achieve more. All right. So that is that, my brother. So what is the quality that you put into work is what we just spoke about, and then we talked about the questions that are coming. Viewers, if you are joining us now, this is a Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. You are more than welcome to put your comments in the comment box, and then we would always read it. If you have questions too, as my brother is doing, please feel free to put it there and let us have this conversation. As I always say, on this platform, we learn from each other. We have the conversation. It's not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. I learn from you. You learn from me. So let's keep the conversation. Let's keep the comments coming. And let's keep the questions coming as well. All right. So we talked about, ask yourself how people see me and what is the quality I am putting in. All right. The next thing is people should be able to associate you with your work or input when it comes to a team, right? People should be able to say, oh, this thing, it was a Kwame Testimony that did it. And he did a very good job. Even if it wasn't good enough, they should be able to associate. They should be able to look at something and say, oh, this one, it's Amanda's work. Or this one, it is Richmond's work. Or this one, it is this person's work, right? They should be able to associate you with it. So people should be able to say, he did that and he did a good job. He did that. And regardless of even the differences we had, he did a good job, right? So people should be able to associate themselves, your work with associate what you do with your work, right? People should be able to do that. One sec. People should be able to do that. I said, be a contributor and be a good one at that. There are people that they won't contribute, they won't help, and everything. As my brother was saying, all they do is, how do I put it? Complain, talk about the other. Oh, he didn't do this well. He didn't do that well. He didn't. Meanwhile, they are not helping. Meanwhile, they are not contributing. They are not supporting a work because they are not supporting that work, that project for it to get to where it needs to get to. And all they're doing is being negative Nancy. Do we all know who negative Nancy's are? They are the people that everything that comes out of their mouth is negative. Everything that comes out of their mouth is bad. Oh, this person did this wrong. He did that. Meanwhile, they're not putting in the work. Meanwhile, they're not helping for that project to go to where it needs to go to. Teamwork. Be a team player. Together we can achieve more. Together we can go places. Together we can do so much. Together we can achieve the unimaginable. I said coming together is the beginning. We having the same mentality and say, this needs to be done. And we need to come together and get it done. Is the beginning. Keeping together is the process. Yes, we might have issues. We might have differences. We might have things that we cannot agree on. as Richmond Road, can two work together except they agree? But we can choose, we can disagree to agree, right? So yes, we don't have agreement on certain things, but we still gotta stay together for that project. We still gotta stay together for that family. We still gotta stay together for the relationship. Let us work on it. Let us take it one day at a time. Let us build on it. Sometimes it needs rebuilding on our own self whilst being together. So coming together is the beginning. Staying or keeping together is the process. Working together is the success. Working together is the success. So as I said earlier on, I might not like you. We might have our differences. We might be at each other's throat for our own personal issues. But when it comes to family, when it comes to relationship, when it comes to our work, when it comes to our children, when it comes to anything, our businesses, we need to stay together. We need to work together to the success of that. My brother, will also with teamwork, anytime you bring an idea and it's not being implemented, but that is the right way, and later go back to yours, it makes you feel bad about coming up. I'm not getting it because you knew what was right. Oh, okay, I get it now. So what he's saying is sometimes in team you bring up an idea which you know for a fact that is the right way to go, right? But then the team will say no and then go with something else, and then when it that backfires, then you end up feeling bad. You are right in a way, and in a way I would say you basically not to feel bad. Why am I saying that? Number one, you brought out the idea. I'm pretty sure it was discussed. I'm pretty sure it was put on that table and digested. You brought up the reasons why you think that this need to go that way. You brought up the reasons why you think that when we go that route, this will be done, this will be done. You told your partner, hey, if we do it this way, this is the outcome we're gonna get. You explained it to the T for them, and yet they chose to go with someone else. You're not supposed to feel bad. Not too bad anyway. Why? Because you gave it a shot. You gave it your all. You literally exhausted every possible ways to let them see what you're talking about. Let them see how good that plan is. Let them see how well that issue would be if we follow that. And so sometimes it is good to leave people to just go and hit the wall and come back. Do I make myself clear? Sometimes it's good for you to just have them hit the wall and come back. Why? Because then they will realize, and they are the same people that are going to come back and say, hey, you said this so, and we should have followed it. We should have done that your way. Now look at what we are. How do we go back? To take your point. Do you get it? So sometimes it is good for them to hit and come back. So yes, you've exhausted your plans. You've exhausted your ability to let them see and know that, hey, this is the reason why I'm saying we should do it this way. This is the reason why I'm saying we should go that route. This is the reason why if we do it your way, it would not work. And yet they say, oh, but I think we should go my way. We've all been there before. We've all taken decisions where clearly we're being told that this way we're going is the wrong way. But because we are so into ourselves, we end up saying, I'm going to try my own way and see. Why? Because they want to prove that they can also do it. They want to prove that they can also be able to. But what they realize is sometimes you need somebody to put you on the right direction. Sometimes you need someone to tell you that, hey, this place you go and you will hit. This side you go and you will do it that way. Sometimes it is good for them to hit the wall and come back, because then they get to learn, they get to see the reasons behind your thoughts, the reasons behind what you gave them, the reasons behind why you were saying what you were saying. Do I make sense, my brother? They need to know that, oh, we did, I went, I was trying, but I hit, so I'm back. And then when they do come back, they will try to now have you tell them what you wanted them to do again. I've been there before. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I've been there before. We've all done that before. That we've gone and we've hit. We've gone and we get stuck and we come back. Teamwork make the dream work, but sometimes it can be a challenge. We're not saying it is not a challenge, my brother. That's not what I'm saying. Working in a team is not an easy thing. Working in a team needs constant motivation, needs constant self-talk. Because why? 9 out of 10 times, or 4 out of 5 times, you realize that the people that are in a team all don't get along personally. You realize that they don't get along one way or the other, but they are there to make sure that whatever needs to be done, that work that needs to be done, is done. That is the reason why they are there. So it is a challenge. It is the dream work. It is a challenge, but that is why we work through it. That is why we have to, as I said, you have to bring 110%. You have to work as if though you're the only person in that situation. You're the only person. You have to work as if that project is on your lap. Without you, without what you put in, without your contribution, that work will not be done. That is the mentality you have to go in. Yes, that challenge is there, but that is the mindset you have to go in with. All right. So be a contributor. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is the process, and working together is the success. So don't say Don't say I am done with what I was told to do. I was assigned with. I am done. I have tried. I'm done. I'm done with my part. And so I'm just going to sit on my hands. I'm just going to sit there and watch the other person do what they're supposed to do because that thing was assigned to them. Teamwork makes the dream work. Don't say, "Oh, my partner is struggling. My partner is. I'm done with my part. I was supposed to take care of the kids. I was supposed to take care of the cooking. I'm done." And so, if my partner is doing the laundry, I am not going to support. If my partner is cutting the lawn, I'm not going to support. If my partner is cleaning the backyard, I'm not going to support because I'm done with my part. That is not going to work. That will continue bringing issues. Because why? That other person will feel burnt out. That person will be stretched out thin. Why? Because they are always doing so much. Teamwork. We help each other. There is a saying in our language that in some way, jari way, na way, jari way. Or you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Let's change that scenario a little bit. You help me, I help you. We are in a team. We are a team as a couple. We are a team as a family. We are a team as co-workers. We are a team as church members, right? If there are things that need to be done, then it needs to be done the right way. If there are things that need to be done, then someone in the part. Everybody needs to bring their part. Everybody needs to do what they're supposed to do. Everybody needs to do the little that they can to the for the project to go to where it needs to get to. You bring your dime, I bring my quarter. You bring your effort, I bring my talent. Teamwork improves brainstorming. Yes, that would be the next that we'll be talking about. Right? So someone in it, you bring yours, I bring mine. You bring your little, I bring mine. You bring your 2 cents, I bring my 1 cent. That is how we work. That is how we get things done. That is how, see, sometimes we are so wrapped in our own selves that we think that, oh, because I have that issue with that person, I'm not even going to support it. When I see clearly that that person is struggling, when I see clearly that that thing that that person is doing, it needs help, it needs support, it needs my input. But because you're mad with that person, because you're upset with that person, because that person says something against you or did something against you, you're just going to sit there and watch them. Thanks for joining, Gloria. You're just going to sit there and watch them fail. So that circles back to what our brother Kwame Testimony said, that you gave them advice. You told them what needs to be done. You told them what you think needs to be done. And they did not. Right? But either way, you got to help out. I said you can only succeed best and faster by helping others to succeed. We rise when we help others up. We rise when we pull people up. We rise when we support each other. We rise when we say that I have issues with you, yet I am going to put my differences aside and help you because I see that you need help. I see that whatever you're doing, it takes two. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. So you are so upset with your spouse or with your partner that you see him struggling, you see her struggling, you see her dealing with something, but yet you are upset. So you're not going to support, you're not going to help them, you're not going to say, hey, babe, I see you struggling. Can I help? Teamwork. Together we can achieve more. I said, help build up networks that will help you, that will help your team move forward. Help build networks. Sometimes you meet people and all they say is, oh, me, I'm a solo rider. Sometimes it's good to ride solo, but sometimes it is also good to have networks. So build networks that will help you succeed. Build networks that will help your team succeed. Build networks that will give you the insight, that will give you the resources when need be. We rise when we help others up. Be that beacon of light that your family stands on. Be that beacon of light that your employees stand on. Be that beacon of light that your partner stands on. Be that beacon of light that your family stands on. Be that beacon of light. Hello, madam. What about you doing all what you've listed? But there is a member of the team who always say from his opinion, the issue should be this. It will not change his mind because he's the head of the team. How do you deal with that? So, Sicho, thanks for joining. So with such an issue, what you do is you end up talking to the other team members to get their mindset of what is going on, right? And if you're not the only person feeling that this person doesn't listen, if you're not the only person feeling that this person is weighing us down, if you're not the only person, excuse me, thinking that this person is really delaying what we're supposed to get, then as a team, You come up with an idea. You come up with ways to, number one, letting that person see, letting that team member or the team head see that, hey, I might have been doing this all through. I might have been doing this way, but yet I am being, I don't want to use the word singled out, but my team members are feeling this kind of way. I don't know if I make sense, right? And if 9 out of 10 times that will work. Why? Because he or she would realize that, oh, all that support that I had is actually moving away. All that resource that I had in people, in team members, is gradually getting stripped off. 9 out of 10 times, that would make that person sit up and start to do things the other way that the team likes. If that does not happen, I believe there is always somebody that supersedes that person. Most times people say that when we do that, we're destroying the person that is in charge. No, we're not. Especially if that person has not taken heed to any of the things that the team members are saying, any of the things that his partner is saying, any of the things that the next person next to them is saying that, hey, this is what you're doing wrong. This is how, if you continue, it would end up. This is what you're doing. If that is the case, it's okay to go over them. And most times you will get the support that you need. Somebody somehow might step in, and that person who is currently in charge might end up having to step aside for somebody else to take over, for another team member to take over. So if you've done everything with them on colleague level, on team member level, and it's not working, sometimes it is good to take it up a notch. From what you are saying, from what you are also saying, it will be like there is a gang up against him because that is what they will think. But they will end up seeing that if we had done this way, it would have gone the other way. Let them feel that they're being ganged up against. Because there is always that time when they will sit back and reflect on what they were doing after everything has been done and the success has been achieved. And guess what? If you all do this and then you succeed, they would not even think of, they might whine about it here and there. But as to dwelling on it that, hey, you all ganged up on me, they might not. Because why? We all succeeded in whatever we were getting. Yes, you feel in that point, yes, you feel in that time that we ganged up on you because you weren't doing the things the right way. You weren't doing what was supposed to be done to move the team forward. So it is okay for team members to talk on, because maybe that is just you feeling that way that you're feeling. So it is always good to sort of people's idea in the team and ask, hey, this is what I feel. This is what I think should be done. What do you all think? How do you all feel about what is going on? And if you get in the same thing from everybody that is in the team, aside the leader, then you know that you weren't the only one feeling what you were feeling. So it is time for us to talk to that person now. Yes, it might not go well. It might not sit well with them. As a matter of fact, they might feel the way you wrote that they are being ganged up against. But when things are explained and they understand, they might end up changing. They might end up doing things the way every team member want. Or they can choose to say, no, I'm not going to listen to you. And that is where you take it up further to resolve that situation, right? because there everybody ends up talking about what they feel, everybody ends up talking about how they feel, and there you have it. It increases employee engagement. It gives everybody the opportunity to talk about what they feel, how they feel, and how things can be done the right way. You might also get to a point where you they say that, oh yes, you said it, but we're not going to take it. Yes, you said it, I don't care what you think. Yes, you said it, but we are going to do it my way. There you find another way to resolve that situation. But in every situation, think of it as though that without your input, nothing can be done. Without your input, nothing can be solved. If everybody is thinking this way, if everybody is thinking, having that same mentality that, hey, I need to put in 100% in order for this thing to work, and without my 100%, it's not going to work, we will not have issues. All right, we will not have issues. So let's be a beacon of light that our team members stand on. All right, I said let's work with one heart, mind, and soul to get to where we need to get to in life by doing our part, but by doing what we're supposed to do, by being team player, by being that person that will keep us moving, by being that person that say, I don't like you, I don't want to be with you, but I need to do my part. All right, be that light on which your team stands on. All right, I said remember that great things are never done by one person, but by a team. So be a team player and let us all succeed together. Let us all build together. Let us all reach our goals together. Let us all get to where we need to get to. Because remember, great things are done in a team. Yes, you can do good by yourself. You can achieve your goals by yourself. But if there is a need to be working in a team, let us do well and work together, because great things are never done by one person. They are done by a team. Why is it even important? Maybe you're sitting there thinking, why is it even? My brother has put up here some of the importance of teamwork. But maybe you still like, hey, Amanda, yes, what are the important? Why do I need to be a team player? Why do I need to stay in a space where I know I don't like that person? In a space where whether I know that person doesn't like me? In a space where I know my thoughts doesn't count? Teamwork leads to learning, because each and every one has different ideas, have different skills, have different mindset. So in so doing, I can learn from you, you can learn from me. In so doing, I can build on my skills. In so doing, I can build on certain mindset that I have had for a long time. I can know the difference with something that I thought it was right, but yet it's not right. It builds learning. It builds learning. Thanks. The person feels we are ganging against him because we went above him. The fact is, some of us held that position for years, and he is in his second year of experience, and the superior seems to like him. So there we talking of favoritism on here. And that is the issues we see from time to time in certain things, right? Oh, this person can do that, but that person cannot do that, which is kind of rampant in most teams or most organizations, if I can put it that way, right? Because, we are afraid this person might do this, or I like this person, so I'm not seeing. I believe that sometimes, so Sicho, in this situation, you guys already did what I suggested that you do, right? And the superior is not doing anything about it. Is there any other person aside the person who likes him to talk to about whatever is going on? If it's not, then I will say that you guys need to revisit the situation again with that person. Let him see from you all point of view. Let him see from you all side that, hey, we've been there, done that. We've been there, we did it this way. We've been there, we did it that way. Let him see from that point of view. And if at that point, if he's not doing, or if he's not bargain to you all, then as I said, do it as though he is not there. Do it as though he's not even the head of the team. Do it as though that without your input, that would not work. My brother Kwame testimony, what question was that? So do it as though that you're the only person. If you can retype it or pin it, then I can answer. But I think if you're talking about the Gengen app, I think I did answer that, or I might have overlooked it. So please retype your question and let us answer that. All right. So Sicho, getting back to you. If that is the case, then take it as though that you the only person who is in that position. You the only person that matters. That your contribution, without your contribution, that project doesn't get done. Without your contribution, that project is in shambles. Take it as though you guys are the only people in that situation. My brother Kwame testimony, I'm waiting for your question. Please retype your question and let's see if we can answer that. All right. So it brings about learning. It leads to learning. As I was saying, I might know things that you don't know. As Sicho is saying, that we've been there, we've done that. So we know certain things that you don't know. That is where the learning curve come in. That is where, as a person, I get to learn from, right? So I can learn from you, you can learn from me if we work as a team. All right. Maybe I even know something and I think that it's right, but it's not, right? So it leads to learning. My brother Kwame testimony, if you're still here, I'm waiting for you. Please let me see if I can see the question that he wrote that I did not answer. I'm not seeing any question. Okay, there it is. He wrote, if emotions are set in as a team, can it? Yes. Yes, 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 and yes. If emotions set in, yes, it can delay the progress of the team. It can affect the progress of the team. All right. So that is why I said, I might not like you. So if I'm coming through the door because we need to work on project, then I need to take that feelings out. Because if I think of how upset I am with you, if I think of how bad you make me feel or how upset you make me feel, then I'm not going to do what I'm supposed to do. Then I'm not going to come in and be a sabotage for the project. Does it make sense? So yes, emotions can set in, but it is up to us to put our emotions in check. It is up to us to put whatever we feel in check just for the sake of the project. Because how long are you going to be with the person? Yes, some project, we know that for a fact that some project might take longer than it expected. But every morning when you wake up and you have to go to that team meeting, you got to say to yourself, I am there for the sake of that project. I am not there for the sake of Sicho. I am not there for the sake of Richmond. I'm not there for the sake of George. I'm there for the sake of the project. And so regardless of whatever happens, I am going to focus on that project. I am going to. So it's more or less like when we say you got to put yourself first, right? In this situation, you got to put the project first. You got to put the final goal first. It might not be that pleasant to do. It might not be that easy to do, right? But you have to, as I said, take it as though without you, the project cannot go on. Let that person deal with whatever he or she is dealing with. But say to yourself that with me, I am going to take it that without me, that relationship cannot go on. Without me, that family cannot progress. Without me, that marriage cannot progress. If everybody is having that mindset, if we all are having that mentality, we wouldn't have the problems that we have. We would all work together. We can disagree to agree for the sake of the family, for the sake of the project, for the sake of what we need to do, right? So it leads to learn. I hope I answered your question. Viewers, if you are joining us now, there's a Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. We come your way Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, 11 a.m. GMT time. If you haven't followed us on here, please do. and turn the notification button on. You can also follow us on our YouTube channels, A Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. You can follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, A Dose of Encouragement Incorporated. You can also check our website out. Send us your questions, send us what we your thoughts, tell us how we're doing, and we would look into that and we will take that. So that is www.adoei.org, and be a part of that community. Let us build up that community. All right. As I always say, it's a place that you will not be judged. It's a place that you will not be looked down upon. It's a place that we all learn from each other. All right. So be a part of that community. Click on the join us button and let us build that community. So quick, as today we were late, quick one, let's complete the importance and then we'll be out of your hair. So it also leads to efficiency and productivity, as my brother said. All right, because if we all are working in a team, we'll be able to achieve the mass, we'll be able to achieve the great things that we are doing. He wrote again, but when you come up with that great idea and they decide to give you that support, but later they gang up against you for you to feel, so that they end up pointing fingers at you, which can break you down completely. So what you're saying is that point you brought wasn't a good idea, right? The same way, if they have chosen that point and it went left, the same way they would have done so, right? It's not time for you to sit in that how do I put it, grieving moment. Yes, you had the idea, you knew it was great. How did we execute it? How did we do it? How did we embark on that? Did we do something wrong in the process? Yes, the idea is great. Did we miss out anything? Did we forget to put in an ingredient? Instead of you sitting there and breaking down, this is what you have to do. Instead of you sitting there and thinking that, hey, they ganging up on me because I brought up an idea and it backfired on my face. You have to sit back and say, this was what I said. This was what we did. Let's compare the two. Did we do everything right? Or did we leave out anything? If we did everything right, then I don't have to feel guilty. I don't have to feel guilty about it. If we left out something, then I don't have to feel guilty about it, right? But if we did everything right and we still ended up not getting the right result, then I take responsibility for it. Then I go and say, hey, guys, I brought up this idea because I thought it would get us to where we need to get to. I brought up this idea because I thought we can do it this way. I brought up this idea because I thought A, B, Z, and Z, right? But apparently it didn't turn out that way. So I am willing to work it out. I am willing to see how best, if anybody else have any better idea. That is you taking responsibility. Oftentimes we don't. Oftentimes we look at how everybody's making us feel, how the team is saying, oh, it was you that made it. That is what we look at, and not take time and look at all these. But why did they support you and later gang up on you? That is what I'm saying. They supported you because they knew some way, somehow, somebody in that group or all of them in that group knew that what you were saying was right. So that is why you have to sit down and assess what we did right. How did we do it right? What did we do wrong? And if we all come up and say we did everything right, and yet they point fingers at you, it is their own fault. At least you brought up idea. At least you stood up for what you believe in. At least you voiced out how you want things to be done. But they did not. Sometimes people in a group wants to be at the back end and always point fingers. because they're not the one that said we should do it that way. I'm okay to take the responsibility if I put forth that idea. So if they supported you, and now that the thing did not go well, they are pointing fingers, let them. They are not learning from it, but you did. You learned that I did this, I said this, which I thought was right, and it wasn't right. So next time, if I'm doing, or if I find myself in that same situation, even though I am going to bring up an idea, but I am going to also add that, hey, this is what I think. This is how I think we should do it. But I don't know if this would end us on a good end or it would end us on a bad end. So regardless of what happens, this is where we all come together and say, yes, we agree with you. This is what, let's do it. If anything happens, good team members will say, yes, we all going to take the blame for it. Good team members will say, yes, we did our part. It was all, yes, it might be his idea, but we all supported in it. And so we all take the blame. My brother, I don't know if I answered your question. So don't feel bad about yourself. Don't feel guilty about yourself. At least you exercised your thoughts. You exercised what you thought would get the team to the right place. All right. So can I say, as a team leader, you need to be descending with yes, 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 yes. Yes, it is very important. Though the decision lies on the team leader at the end of the day, but it is always good to descend with your people. It is always good to pick your team members' ideas, brain. Let me use the word brain or mindset. It is always good to pick their mindset, right? It is always good to find out what they also think. Hey, this is A, B, C, and Z. This is what we need to do. What do you think? Because when you do that, you would always get some thoughts that you as the leader, you didn't even think of. You would always get some people that might feel certain way about it with valid reasons. And that is where you, as a team leader, you sit down and say, this is what Amanda said. This is what Sicho said. This is what Robert said. This is what George said. This is what Richmond said. These are all the valuables or variables. How do we say this? How do we move from here? How do we combine all these to the greater good? Do you get it? How do we do this to the greater good? And when you do that, you would not only take yours, but you would realize that though whatever the decision is might not say verbatim of what the team member said, but it would have some piece of every team member in it. It would have every bit of anything, everything that every team member said in it, because you pick nugget from each point to make that decision. So yes, as a team leader, you do need to descend with your people, or you do need to discuss with your team members what needs to be done and what they think of the situation. So let me know if you have any other question. We are going to wrap up in 2 minutes. As we didn't start early today, we are going to wrap up in 2 minutes. So let me know if you have any more questions, and we will answer that. But whilst we wait, and let us. I have 2 more points. So I also wrote a cultivate communication and strong work relationship. So as my brother said, it helps employees to engage in conversation. All right. I might not like you. But that conversation need to have. That conversation need to be done. That talk need to be done in order for us to get the project done. It brings expanded sense of accomplishment, right? So we working as a team, we can get so much done. We working as a team, we can get huge things done. If I do it on my own, it would take time. If I do it on my own, it would take amount of time to get that. I said what we can do together as a team goes beyond what we can achieve as individuals, right? So it goes a very long way working as a team. Let's put our differences aside and work as a team. Let's put our differences aside and work for the benefit of that goal. Work for the benefit. I don't know. Everybody's goal might be different. Everybody's project might be different. Yours might be your family. Yours might be your relationship. Yours might be your children. Yours might be your co-workers. Yours, anything that concerns you, right? But in so doing, let us work as a team. In so doing, let us put our differences aside. In so doing, let us go much more in order to exercise that patient. Take it as though you're the only variable in that situation. Take it as though you're the only person that need to get that project going. All right, and put in your best. Put in 100,001% if you have to. Forget about that person. Forget about whatever you have with that person. Yet though you are forgetting about them, you forgetting about them doesn't mean you're not talking to them. You forgetting about them means that you putting your differences aside and you working together. All right. So let us work together for the benefit of it. Also, our social impact project is coming on the 29th of July. Ghana, Kwabenya, Motherly Love. As we always do it, this is our second year doing this. You are welcome. As I said, this year I'm opening it up to the public. You are welcome to join us. You can inbox us and say, hey, Amanda, I want to join you guys this year, and we can get you company organization Lacoste, and you can join us on the 29th. Come 29th of July. Let us go put smiles on the people's faces. Let us go do our God-given assignment. All right, let us go out there and support the community. Let's put smiles on the faces of these children. All right, that is where our blessings come from, and so we do this every year, once a year. We do this, so you are more than welcome to join. You are also welcome to support us for this world, because as I always say, whatever we get, it is tax exempt. We are 501 company. We are tax exempt company, so you can write it off in the come taxes. You are more than welcome to support it on our website. Brother Kwame Testimonies, please put the website on here. On our website, www.adoei.org, we have a donate button on there. You can go there to support us. Any little amount is welcome. All right. You can also say that I am giving you guys this items in addition to whatever you guys have to go out there and support these kids. My brother, we need to talk about mental health in one of our meetings, because it's yes, we do. And that's one thing that I'm planning on bringing somebody who's expert on here for us to digest that topic. So yes, it's in the pipeline. We'll bring it up to you as well. So please go out to our website. That's what he's put on there. Check it out. Send us your testimonials. Send us what we are doing good. Send us what we are doing bad, so we can change it. But also click on the join us button, and then let's build that community. As I said, that will be a place that you wouldn't be judged on. We are having professionals on there that can answer your questions, that can support you free of charge. If you are on the go and you cannot listen or watch the video sessions, there is also audio sessions that you can listen to on the go on our podcast. You can also follow us on YouTube channels. A dose of encouragement.org. Sorry about that. You can follow us there. But on our website, there is also a donate button there. Please support us with your substance, and your life will never be the same. Support us. Let's put smiles on these kids' faces. Let us do our God-given assignment to the community. If you don't know who I am, I am your host and founder of adoei.org. Amanda Akrofiaye. I thank you all so much for joining me every Saturday morning. To my team, to my board of directors, I thank you all for supporting me so much. I thank you all for the push that you've given to my team members. I thank you all so much. Also, this organization is growing. If you want to be part of us, it is voluntarily assignment. If you want to be part of us, you are more than welcome. You can reach out to me on here on Facebook, or on Instagram, or on my WhatsApp number, and we can talk. But let us build a community. away from a home away from home, that people can go and feel safe, that people can go and unwind, that we can learn from each other at the end of the day. So if you haven't followed us here on Facebook yet, please do turn the notification button on, and when we come, we would get notified to come on. Thank you all so much to my fans, to our audience. Thank you all so much for the support, for the love, for everything that you guys are doing. Even when I'm not able to come on here, the messages, the calls, thank you all so much. This make me know that this program that we're doing is impacting life, and we appreciate you all so much. I love you all so much, and there is nothing you can do about it. To my husband and my son, wherever you are, Michael and Michael, thank you all so much for the support that you give me every morning, every Saturday morning, even when I feel like I don't to get up and come here. Thank you all so much for the support. Until we meet again, stay blessed, stay safe, and enjoy life. Please push this video out to others, for others to learn and listen, for others to benefit from it as well. Thank you all so much. I have some comment. Thank you so much, ma'am. God bless you too, Sicho. God bless you, my brother Kwame Testimony, for joining, as always, for pushing ADOEI to the world. Thank you all so much. I really enjoyed the meetings today. Thank you. If you haven't followed us, please do. Thank you, ma'am. God bless you. God bless you to my brother Kwame Testimony. God bless you too. Follow our page. God bless you, Miss. God bless you too. I really enjoy. I did too. Oh, somebody wrote they love me. Oh, I love you too. As our audience, I love you all too. Thanks so much for the support. Until I see you again, my name is Amanda Akrofiaye, and I sign out. See you all. Have a blissful Saturday. Have a fruitful week ahead. Let's keep this conversation going. Let's keep the comments and questions coming. I will be checking in personally, and then we'll be answering questions that other people that will watch after might have. And let's keep the conversation going. Until I see you again, bye for now and stay blessed.